24 hours with me in a tiny house. I'm so excited. We just got here and Chris and I will be staying here. We're gonna check it out, see if we like it. I've never been in a tiny house before. Look how small. Wow. I love it. Do you like it? Is that what you remembered?
It brings back memories. I forgot I worked on this house.
This bathroom brings back memories to New York. Oh my God. I'm obsessed. Look at the little detail. Aww. This is so pretty. All right, time to see what the bedroom looks like. Look at this cute little desk. Oh yeah. Now this is New York. And that's the whole house.
Back here?
What's back there? Oh, I forgot there's a queue outside. Oh, and then the laundry area. We shall see how this ends up to be.
Oh, you probably tell them. You didn't make eye contact.
I did through the... Gave us wine, so sweet. So it's the next day and Chris and I are getting ready, and Chris and I have to get ready in different areas because the bathroom's too small. So I'm literally doing my makeup in the kitchen, but I think this is okay. I mean, it's not ideal, but I think if this is the worst thing with a tiny house, I'll live with it. So we're getting ready. We're gonna go out because it's the 4th of July. And then we're gonna come back here and probably work and do like computer work tonight. And just relax and watch TV. Maybe make some popcorn. And just have a cute little date night. I'm so excited. So, our time at the tiny house has ended, but I'm gonna go over my pros and cons of what it's like living in a tiny house. So I wrote down some things, so I'm just gonna go down the list. So let's go over pros. Pro is us living together makes us more of a community. We don't miss each other. When I say we, I mean Chris and I living together. We're always next to each other. We don't have to scream across the room trying to find where each other is. So that's pro 1. I would call that enhance the community. Pro 2 is focus on experiences. I think that the tiny house allows us to be able to do other things outside because we're not so willing to stay inside because there's not much to do in a small space. So we're more willing to go try new things outside or even just activities to do together. And then the potential of figuring out how to decorate. So with a tiny house, you really have to think outside the box of how you're going to store things, what you're going to do with the space that you do have. So I think that'd be kind of fun and give me a project to work on that's not work related, but also something that makes me think differently. So I think that'd be good. And then cost effective. Obviously, when you don't have a lot of space, you can't buy a lot of things, so it is cheaper, and because it's a small house, rent won't be that much. So that's another pro. And again, simplifying the clutter. So I don't really like to keep a lot of things. I like everything very simple, and if it doesn't have a function, I get rid of it. That's just how it is. I mean, unless it has a lot of like value to me in some way. So you just get rid of a lot of things that you don't really need. And with the big house, you have to kind of buy more things to fill the space and make it feel more homey. So you end up having a lot of stuff. But with a tiny house, you don't need a lot of stuff. So I like that. Easier to maintenance. So with a tiny house, you don't have to spend hours cleaning the house because it's literally what you see is there. You don't have to vacuum 3 floors of a house. It's literally a box that you vacuum and that's it. You wash 1 bathroom, clean 1 pair of sheets in your house. It is awesome. So maintenance, definitely a top of my list of what is a pro, because I hate cleaning. And then kind of coziness. I feel like a small house, you can make it feel cozy and more romantic. So I think that'd be nice for the 2 of us. The cons. The reasons why I wouldn't live in a tiny house or don't see myself living in a tiny house. 1, in reality, I would like an office, a guest room, a bedroom for myself, and then an extra room that is either another guest room or some kind of office of some sort, just in case, you know, if we ever have children. But just in case, you never know. So what is that? 2 offices, 2 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. 4 rooms in general would be ideal for me if I plan on buying a house at some point. So tiny house just doesn't cut it for that. And then limited space for activities. You can't really host or have people over. I am a party girl. I love hosting parties. I love giving back to my friends and having my family over, just bonding in my home. I think it's a way to connect to your friends, your family better than going to a restaurant, and you really get to talk about things that you don't really want to talk about in public. So that, I love to cook, so just cooking for my friends and family is something I want to do when I do have a home. And having a tiny house, there's literally 2 chairs. There's not even a kitchen table. So it just isn't realistic for what we're looking for. I think a tiny house would be great if I was a single person, have a couple of friends over, but mainly we just go out. Limited storage. Now, I used to live in Manhattan. I get it. There are not many places to store things in a tiny house or apartment. But with that being said, I don't ideally want that. I want to be able to have storage, have places to put my things, not have to put away my winter clothes all year round unless it's winter. I want to see my whole collection of clothes at the same time. I don't want to have to put away certain things or put them under my bed and then forget I have them. You know, like that happens all the time. So I want that flexibility to be able to put things where I want, and also having the room to store things. The only places I can think of currently to store my things is the closet, which it is pretty big, and the under our bed. That's it. Privacy, and also just getting in the zone when you're doing work. Chris and I both work from home, so if we're not at our office, we're at home. So if we're in a home where we can hear each other from every section of the house, it's gonna be a hard time to focus on what we're working on, especially if one of us is on the phone or trying to just do something that requires reading and concentration. We can't do that because we'll just distract each other and it's just not functional for what we need to get done. And then driving yourself crazy. So with a tiny house, you kind of get sick of looking at all 4 walls constantly and not having a variation of room to go to or to just see something different. So like during the pandemic, I feel like a tiny home would drive me insane. You see the same room every single day and you can't go anywhere. So having a variation of rooms would definitely be beneficial for me, but I could see why some people might like it, but for me it's just not what I would want. So that is definitely a con. And bathroom space. Chris and I get ready at the same time. So we were in the bathroom and it was so hectic. Like I had to do my makeup in the kitchen because he was showering, so that couldn't work. Also, the bathroom literally holds 1 person when you walk in. Like there's no room. The shower's behind you, the sink's in front of you, the toilet's on your right. And that's pretty much it. So that was definitely a con. But I think, again, if you're 1 person, this would be perfect. Cute little home, it's in the city. It's just ideal for a single girl or guy. But for me, it just wasn't everything I wanted, but I could see it being perfect for someone else. So those were my pros and cons of a tiny house. If you like this kind of content, subscribe and comment or like, and let me know what kind of content you want me to produce next, whether it's travel or more like home and opinion of pros and cons in that way. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!